Hello everyone, welcome back to the South Bay Syndicate. Today we're going to continue our testing as we ramp for the upcoming PQ season, and we're going to look at one of the top decks from the Seattle event, this Anakin Data Vault. I've had a chance to play around with it a little bit, and wow, is it amazing. We just took the deck from the top performer, from one of the top teams. Great job by that team, I think, architecting this and finding the best way to utilize Anakin and cards across all sets and getting the maximum ability out of them. Will be fun to see what we get out of Captain, how we leverage the one-ofs in Cinta and Sunferocity as they come up, how we can control the space a little bit with trading, and then all of the mid-range units that we can get, and the Bounty Hunter's Quarry, which I think is going to play a big role in it. So let's jump into some games and see how this deck plays. As we load up, it'd be interesting to get some of the meta decks that are out there, see how we play against them. Raid Data Vault was another top 16, I think, from Seattle, so will be fun to see how this goes. Could be a long game. Great start with Karis. We can resource Cassian. We have a turn 2 here. So we'll resource Cassian and I think the home one. And we'll see if we want to go space or ground depending on what they play. And they have R2. They'll pump him up. We'll still be able to trade there. And then if we do, we'll get our token here. Okay, so they do go space. So we're able to match that. I think we're off to a good start. This is interesting. Here, I think we're going to go 2 drops. And then into Poe or into General's Blade. So let's play some of these, because what I might do is attack into the ground. And I will do that, which will allow me to attack here and do damage to Typho. And so that's why we didn't attack right away. I could have uptraded. I was not paying attention. That would have been the right play, and now I might lose another unit here. So what I should have done was use Anakin's ability with the trooper, hit Typho, and that actually really put me behind quite a bit on that. So let's put this here so we can kill off Typho. All right, and so we're building quite the board here. I don't think there's any reason to attack. We could bring out Cassian. I do like what's happening here. Okay, they have the Fell. This still kills Ray, so I think we'll keep that out. And we're at 8 damage on base. Actually, what do I want to do here? We're going to deploy? Yeah, I think that's fine. So what we'll end up doing is attacking into Ray here and then killing it with red 5, which is why we wanted to wait. There we go. And so we're feeling pretty good. I do like Hu Yang. Also possibly Cassian with Sabine to go wider. Yeah, that doesn't really do much. So we'll go Sabine. Yeah, and they're GG's. I think we were getting a big board there. We're going to bring out Cassian. We're going to do a lot of damage and really had a lot of control of that game. It was such a powerful one. So let's see. Okay, so we are getting some of these. This is probably the winner of Seattle as we go against Quinlan. Fast, powerful deck. Possibly the best deck out there right now. I am happy to see Karis here because I think that can work out nicely. I don't know that we'll get to the home ones. But let's see how it plays out. We'll keep one for now just in case. And if they decide to pass here, I don't know that passing hurts us. Okay, that's fine. Yep, we'll get that down. And they claim there's no other actions to take, so I'm not sure what's happening. I am interested to see what else they play because there's an opportunity for us. I know we missed it last game with the typho, but to uptrade the next unit. Oh, we got another one. So I actually want to keep that because I think what we'll do is we could play another one. Or maybe we could have kept the General's Blade. So I think we will trade here and reveal so we can just play another one and see what they got. Okay. And so 2/2 drops here I think makes a lot of sense. Now we will get rid of the other home one. I'm not desperate to trade here. I think now I can just do this. So I'm attacking in. I didn't take any. Oh, I took one to base. I wasn't paying attention. I really need to work on paying attention. That was such a mistake. I meant to put it on the. I meant to put it on the spy. And then I played the wrong unit. I meant to go 2/1 drops. So I'm just crushing it all over with mistakes. Not where I meant to be. But that's where I am. Let's get rid of that. Two misplays by me so far. Again, such a powerful deck. I don't know that you can make that up. So let's see how this plays out. I think it's part of the learnings with Anakin, understanding the math. I actually said out loud I meant to play 2/2 drops and just clicked. Okay, let's focus in. What do they name? Keller and Beck, that's fine. Sure. So there's an interesting opportunity here. I'm going to bump up this Karis. Okay, they have that. That's fine. And my thought was to trade into Quinlan. I ended up also not keeping. Oh, okay. We'll take the damage. We'll trade up. Get that off the board. We'll play the Mina. And we'll try and use Anakin to clean things up a bit. We will play the Keller in this turn, assuming. So maybe this resource wasn't right because we may need this. Because they can just play a Han and we lose. So, or that, or Plo Koon. So that's us not paying attention again. Just a lot of errors on our side. I really, really should pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. I mean, it's over, right? They're just going to Hotshot Blaster. I misplayed every part of this game on every turn. I'm sad to say. From the Gorilla Soldier on down. They just claim here and they win. Or they Plo Koon in. That's fine too. They could have just claimed to win. Maybe they still have a hot shot. I don't know. They definitely have options. Okay. Not the best play from our opponent, but is what it is. Unnecessary. I don't. Anyway, they're just kind of playing around. It's fine. GG's to them. We misplayed that. I hope to get a rematch on that deck. I don't think that's actually a good representation of how the Anakin Data Vault works. It's actually a good representation of why I need to practice more, because that was disgusting on my part. Just 4 or 5 misplays. It's part of the like to record. You get to see it. Also, a lot of the decks I'm trying as I'm recording, so I can kind of learn, and hopefully the audience can learn with me as we go. Well, I don't think we'll see ramp from them, but we'll see what happens. They're gonna play. Okay, that's a good card for them. But we have the blue leader, so we'll probably end up bringing that out to trade. Maybe they put a Poe on it, so let's see if they do that. I think that's a typical Han play. They do not. Okay. So I think the first thing we do here is we trade that out. And I'll play this. I'm playing this because I want the opportunity for them to play out their Han, which they did not do, or a Poe or anything like that. So I think here we just trade now. And some of the restore here will help us to build back up. Although we're kind of okay with some of the damage because it powers up Anakin. Oh man, see, we knew it was coming. This lets us defeat an upgrade though, so that's nice. So we'll probably, maybe we'll put the blade on. No, okay. Alright, so let's defeat this upgrade. Weakening what they're doing. We can risk bringing the Poe. So we'll just swing. Us swinging for 6 each turn is a lot. More than they can handle, I think. But they are going to have Poe ECL. They're going to have Wrecker ECL. Maybe not. We don't have. Well, we have Cassian to bring out, so we could bring out Cassian to put more pressure on. They do have the Wrecker, so let's bring. Let's bring the Queen out, because I don't think we're going to be able to end it this turn. We could bring out Anakin to force them. Yeah, so now it kills Poe in a trade. So both of these units do, and the Queen does not die to Poe because I can just sacrifice a token. So I like this situation a lot because them losing Wrecker here and their ECO I think puts us ahead. They can take out both of these units, no problem. And I don't mind this position at all. They're probably going to trade out the spy tokens. And then we're going to be able to swing for 5. If I remember correctly, is it Gungan? No. Naboo official? No. Okay. So we'll swing for the 5. We'll put Gunji down, and then we'll bring out Cassian. Actually, we'll bring out Cassian now to make them have to think about it. That's a good answer. And we just want to continue to have answers as we try to go for the win. In the home one, that last game we didn't think we'd get to, we're going to get to here. And I think we're going to go into space with it, with the other unit. But let's see. They are putting a lot of damage on board. I do want to be careful of that. 2, 5, 7, 12, 15. Okay, so we're going to be okay, I think, because we're also going to ambush and heal and prevent 2 damage there. And I don't know that they'll have an answer here. Because a wrecker will just kill this if they try to ambush it out. And so they only have 8 damage left to swing with, and that's not going to be enough. So I think we should be okay in this matchup. Still not sure that I'm playing the deck the way it's meant to be played, but it is very powerful, and I'm enjoying the different things it has to offer. I just didn't count that one, I guess. I think they're just realizing they're going to be short. And there's nothing to do, but they're playing everything they got. And GG's.
Hello there.
Okay. Piet will be interesting. Another powerful deck that I think was very popular. We do not have a turn 1 here, so we'll mulligan this. I think this is much better. Piet doesn't have any removal, so I think going big could be the right play. This lets you play something for 2 less. Alright, so actually I want to keep that. Okay, so we'll play this out. We're going to put the blade on it. I hope they don't have that little droid. And then we're going to play Mina. Just trying to get a little wide on the board. They are going to pour in a lot of damage. We'll have a little restore here. Is it 3 less? Yeah, 2 less. Okay. So we're not quite playing Kelleran next turn, but we are going to get some value out of this. They have an open fire. We could get the queen out, and if not, we're just going to kill that unit. Okay, so let's see how that plays out. See if they have double open fire. If so, then they'll take out this, and it's probably good for us. They would have wasted 2 of their removal on 1 card. That's not the case, so we are going to get the queen out. And then next turn we'll be able to get Kelleran out. Now it's scary, right? Because they could, if they bring out Piet, I think we claim, and then we trade. We swing up into it to make sure that they can't get a bigger capital ship out. But we are going to get a big unit in Kelleran Beck. Sure, they could have a Ruthless Raider, take it out, but at least we've taken that off the board and delayed it. And there's the Raider. We get our Kelleran back. And I'm not mad at the position we're in here. And they're up to 19. Checking to see if we had a Cassian or anything underneath. We do not. We definitely want to get the swing in with Kelleran. I think the swing with Kelleran and Anakin should be enough. Kelleran and the Queen will be enough as well. An overwhelming barrage will not kill either of these two. Oh, it might. It might kill the Padme. Although we can sacrifice the Mina. So I think we're in great shape here. The General's Blade really allowed us to get out in front of this giant Piet deck. Also allowed us to trade in to Piet without it getting any value when deployed. And really at the 6 resource where they could only do so much. And here's the overwhelming barrage. I think no matter what happens here, we keep the Queen and Kelleran, and that should be GG. We will trigger that. We will prevent the damage here. We will create a spy token. And that's going to be GG's. Maybe they're thinking what happened, but that's how it goes. Good game to our opponent. On to the next one. So we're definitely seeing some of the decks we could expect to see at the PQ, with the exception of Quinlan. It's gone pretty well so far. Here's another one we could definitely see in Cad Bane. We are going to sacrifice Nemec here. We do need a reveal to do so, so that's fine. So we'll keep this. I think this goes down. And this goes down to make sure that we have a turn 2 play. Although I think that would have been really good in this matchup. Maybe a thought of Mulligan here. I'm going to pass. That's going to let them play a unit. And kill this off, which is going to give me a unit. So that I can kill one of these off, which I'll kill this one, so it gets no extra value. I don't mind that at all. I'll play this. It'll be able to trade up into Boba Fett if we want. Which we did want, but they chose no. They chose no. Okay, so we'll play the Mina. We'll take that, and I think that gets Tarkin Town, and then we'll kill this off. What do we? We'll disclose so that we can draw, and we'll claim. I think in the next turn we'll go wide with our Padme, which will allow us to soak up some of the pings, unless they come after them, which looks like what they're going to do. So then I imagine here comes out like a Forlom. Okay, it's just that. That's fine. We will trade up into that. And then hit that pretty hard. We don't really need these things out there. They're probably no good to me dead here, is my guess. But I want to make sure I have my threat out. Because going later in this game is much better for us. I think you can see with the home one, with the Poe, these types of things. Sure, they can play that. We'll take care of it. They can trade out here. Or not. I think we'll go with 2 units here. We'll go here. Actually, I might go with many, many units. Poe is a big threat because it can kill them by me discarding, and they capture. Sure. And that might be more than we can take on, but we'll see. We're going to 8. Play the Typho. We'll definitely take the Poe back. We play the Typho because then next turn we can play home 1 and get it back again. We'll do this to get a heal. We'll take back this. Now we can trade Cobb Vanth in. We can attack here. Let me see what they have out. Nothing. Okay. We'll get that. We'll play it. Sure. Good. Good for them. What can we do here? I think we'll get another one out. This also creates healing when they attack. So we'll get our unit back. We'll get some more units out. Now we're soaking up pings. We're going to get a lot of units that can do a lot of work. Sure, sure. Which one? We'll take this one out. We'll defeat that. Play this out. Play this. We'll do some restoring. I don't think we're going to win this one. We just couldn't catch back up in time. And that's how it goes sometimes. So they got us. GG's. Think about the middle of that game some more. So
Hello there.
The red yellows have gotten us. The cat, I think we should have been able to stabilize. I got to go back through my leader deploy. I probably made a mistake on that one. But also well played by our opponent. And they had a lot of answers for what we were trying to do. They're going to have a lot of discard. Happy to resource that down. The Bounty Hunter's Query looks pretty good to just go wider, especially against something like that. So I think what we'll end up doing here is taking one of those out for free, putting this on the other one, and then playing the Mina next turn. And they're going to go pretty heavy in space coming up, so we just need to be ready for that. So actually we're probably going to end up open firing them in space. Since we saw what they had going on. We'll pass. And they got rid of our space unit, which is tough. And they do nothing, which is actually, I think, just fine by us. I'm not sure the game going longer favors them, but who knows? They got the Obi, that's not a big deal. And we'll put the query on there. And now we'll get control of the board. And I think in this case, we will play this thing they didn't want to see. And so I really, really, really like where we're at Sure. Get that gone. Yep. We'll open fire. Force them to make a decision here. Okay. We have the Cinta. We have Sudden Ferocity. We're going to have a pretty powerful leader coming out. And I think we'll be able to do some damage with that. And so I think in this scenario, we are going to deploy, we're going to trigger, and we're just going to kill their leader. Okay, liking a lot of these cards for us. We have a big board against them. We have Kelleran coming out now. That's fine. Sure. Sure. I just am not seeing a good path forward for them. But who knows? Yep. Good. Great. And they're using a lot of cards to do not a lot. And so we'll bring our ship back out, and now everything heals. And good luck to them. I think they can use another cunning to take this out. It seems to be the only weapon they have. And then we'll just start healing. And I think it's GG's, because we are going to swing for enough. And then they play a spark. And we're just healing and dealing damage. And good game to them. All right. Let's go again. I'd love to see some more of these red-yellow decks that I have been struggling into. Need a lot more reps to understand them better. And these lines. This is going to be a mirror match. I would love a first turn. Now we have one. Hu Yang is interesting in the mirror match because we may want it to buff our Anakin above theirs, but I think these are going to be better plays. I would love to draw another red card. So we'll... I think we'll keep it for now. This is probably a mistake. It's not worth the Clone Trooper, but we'll see. Okay. What do you think they'll get? Oop, I should have put Sun Frosty down. That's okay. I think here we just trade here. Sure. Typho with the Frosty could be interesting. Okay, we'll take that for free. Yes, they're going to do some damage here. But we're going to build up our ground presence and swing for as much or more. We may do a trade if they attack with red 5 first. Or we may just go sudden ferocity. They do have... Okay. Sure. This will get them ahead a little bit on the damage side. But that's okay. Because now we can trade into their Anakin basically for free. We'll put that down now. We can decide to bring it out on Anakin if we'd like. I do think here we... how do we want to kill it? I think the Cobb Anthem do it, right? Right. Okay, so they do that. We can trade Padme into Anakin, which is what we're thinking about. We're definitely hoping for a Sentinel there, but didn't get it. Our Anakin is being powered up, which is very nice. We'll try again to get another Sentinel. And now they're stuck, not able to deploy, which I think is very good for us. Oh, okay. Free kill, love it. Extra unit. There's the Sentinel we wanted, but I think what we'll do is get the healing. Play this. We get that, and that was a mistake. We meant to bring out the sudden ferocity, but okay. That was a mistake. Definitely the sudden ferocity was the right play, but here we are. Hopefully that doesn't come back to cost us. We can bring out Cassian here. They're going to crash into... Oh, okay. Sure. Yep, makes sense. But I think that's GG's either way. Just enough to finish them off with the Cassian in the resource row. And good game to our opponents. They had the space presence, but we were able to build the ground. And our Anakin was more powerful. We were able to get 2 swings with it. And I think that was a pretty big deal for this deck. Okay, so we got Kira. So I think you're starting to see Karabast, at least tonight, shift into more of PQ season. We're seeing a lot of meta opponents. The Anakin is doing very well in these matchups outside of the 2 yellow-red decks where we just did not bring our best game, I would say. Okay. That's too bad. I would have been interested to see that matchup.
Hello there.
See if they leave again. Maybe they didn't like their opening hand. Maybe they did. Who knows? We do not like our opening hand. Now it's fine. They might ramp, so this is cool. This is good. Some space presence is fine. All right. They have initiative. Let's see. Okay, they got perishing. So they got some draw going. I like a lot of these cards here for us. They do a lot of good things, especially against this type of deck. Okay. I'm going to claim I do want to clear their board. This I'd rather have for the turn. Do I care about bringing him out early, or do I want that threat for Kira to have to deal with? So I would have liked that to be a different sequence, obviously, but you don't always get it that way. So let's see how this plays out. Sure. We'll play the queen. Okay. Whatever. This is fine. We still have this to take it out, so we're just kind of playing a little game of chicken here. Even if they had the top Cat Bane, that's fine. I was trying to figure out what they were going to play, but that works. I will double General's Blade. Anakin, if it's sitting there, it's not. Okay, well, let's refresh. I'm definitely going to try and go wide here. They could play an Avenger. Hey, an Avenger. Let me do the math on this. Is it 2 less? Let's put the pressure on and see what they got. Sure. It's fine. I think we still win. Yeah, GG's. So what we were going to do there is General's Blade and swing for 11 more, and that was going to end the game. There's not much they could do. Is they had answers to kind of clear the board a little bit, but we kept going wide and very, very powerful. So GG's to our opponent there. Well, let's get in one more game and see what happens. Okay, well, we're going to get a wide space red-yellow. We're going to be looking for our Jedi Starfighter. Look at that. And so this is probably the perfect hand for us to try and answer whatever they're going to be doing. And I really need to go back and think about that Quinlan match and then the Cad Bane match. I think they did well, plus some misplays on my end was not the combination I was hoping for. The Hu Yang could be really interesting here because it could boost here, and you can see like this, allowing me to ping off that shield and kill this unit. Yeah, so I think what we'll do is we'll kill this and we'll ping. And we don't hate that. We'll put that underneath. Okay. They have decided to trade. Maybe they're going to play a Von Regs or that's sure. That's not what we wanted to see, is it? Okay. We do have to figure out how to get around this. They decided not to deploy their Von Reg, which is interesting. They are going to discard a card from your hand. If you do, look at an opponent's hand, discard a card. Okay. I think that's fine. gonna have to start going wider and hitting. I don't think we want that out. So I think what we're gonna do is take that out. We're gonna take damage. Sure. And we're in a bit of a race now, right? They're getting a lot out there, but we are swinging for 10 with our leader, and that's going to be GG. There's just so much power in Anakin here as they hit my base. We swing for 11 that time, and it's GG's. Okay. Let's see if we can get another good match. Maybe one more. Yeah, it's a red-yellow again. These are not... I know we're getting some more red-yellow matches, which is what we were hunting for. These aren't necessarily the ones we were hunting for, but kind of get what you get. They're going to be trying to trade up with this value, and we are going to be working through trading up ourselves and hopefully keeping ours on the board. I think Karis can be good here. So I think with the life difference here, maybe we're okay going to base and forcing them to decide to trade. That seems like the right thing, because if we go into their unit, we both create spy tokens. Their spy token takes mine out, and now I'm behind 2 units. I don't think that's where I want to be. So we're going to go this route and see if they make that decision. And with the 3-point base advantage to start, I think it does benefit us. These open fires also will allow us to take out things like this so that they can't gain that advantage. And that is what we're going to do. We're going to open fire. Just not allowing for these trades to happen in their favor. That will allow it a little bit. So in this situation, I think now we have to do this. And the race will be even, right? I don't hate that. I think what I'm going to have to do here is continue to go to base and force them to make the decision. Now they have Luthen out. That will allow for this trade here. We could have taken this out, but any of these other trades would still take it out, so there's not really much we could do there. So I think going to base was the right decision. Amidala will trade into Luthen and live, which is amazing. So I think here we do that and buff up our Anakin a little bit more. We have the Cassian underneath. And we're going to be, you can see we're going to be getting bigger and see if they can match that as the game goes on. I think I'm okay to Bounty Hunter's Query onto the spy token, bring Cassian out. Or the game, maybe they left. Maybe they lost their leader. They're no longer, oh no, they're still here. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll go into base. And we're powered up to a 6 6 power to Anakin, which will get them to 18. So we might not even want to take out the clone. We might just want to get Cassian out and swing at their base. Or the spy. I keep calling them clones, but they're spies. Let's just put this here as a delay. Make them choose to give us a unit. They probably have a heroic sacrifice. Is my guess. So let's just, you know what? Let's just get rid of this. Continue to add units to our board. Yep, great. I'll deploy. We'll start swinging. We just still did not see a Sentinel, which is surprising, but we have lethal here. They're going to have to make some decisions. They can't kill Padme because we have Cobb Vanth out. They're just going to go to base. We're going to go to base, and that's GG's. Oh, I guess this does 3 more, so they can do 9 if they have a surprise strike. And they could win. I should have paid attention to that. I could have taken that out. And oh, they don't have it. Okay, so. Oh, does it not do both? What does it do? When this unit does. Oh, okay, so it does. I don't know. Oh, right, that's GG's. Oh, yeah, we're at 30. There we go. So if they had a surprise strike there, they would have won. We definitely should have thought about that and taken the unit out. We had plenty of options for lethal controlling their board. So just something to think about there, because we prevent 6 damage. And then if they attack with 1, we can take it out again, and we still would have had enough to clear it. So almost a misstep on our end. I think it's important. It can get lost, I think, when you're playing online, but in person you got to slow down, and I got to slow down when I'm playing here too, because you don't want to make those mistakes. I think if you go back to the Quinlan game, you see a lot of mistakes that could have shaped up how that played out differently. Overall, I thought the deck was super fun. It is so powerful. It has a lot of options. It can have a lot of answers to what your opponent is putting out there, and I highly recommend people trying it out if you're looking for something to play in an upcoming PQ. I'm going to do some more testing with it, play around with the cards a little bit, maybe look for other options, although I do think the way it's built is very, very strong, and I think we're going to see a lot of it coming up. Hope everyone enjoyed the matches. Thank you for watching. Always, please add comments. We'd love to hear from you. Like and subscribe. Any other ideas you'd like to see from us. Really appreciate everyone. Have a great day. Thank you.